Well, one family tree, welcome to the openings of our shoulder rolls. The warm-up, some activation to help with the flexibility and mobility of such a graceful movement. And then just some basic entries and exits and things to play with when we're just finding roll from one shoulder to the other. So, we can go straight into it. A big premise of the shape is going to be a straddle, but also the ability to find a fold in that straddle. I've got a whole sequence of this on another video to help develop the pancake stretch. But here we don't need to do the most. We only need just a little bit, probably like a little bit of being able to meet this shape is probably all that we'll need. The rest is just coordination. That is what usually people find difficult as opposed to the range of movement. It does help though when you are a bit more flexible. So with that being said, acclimate, soften it. And all this is, I'm just kind of like meeting the boundaries and the borders of the sensation. I'm not trying to really force into stretch. We just let the body feel nice and mobile and loose through the movement. Because like I said, the anchor's here. We want the body to feel safe enough to be able to explore in subtle directions. So you can do that for about 60 seconds or so. Then, next exercise that we can try is compression lifts. So the ability now to not meet the flexibility, but to draw the body to you rather than let gravity do the work here. So we'll do compression lifts, 1 each leg, 10 on each leg, 1 down the middle. That's all we need. Embrace the suck, we'll get through it. If your feet don't lift, it doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is have the hands down, maybe the fingertips. I like to have the palms down, adds a little bit more paprika, and we pulse, like so. Try not to flick the leg. If it looks like this, perfect. Just want you to access that little pulsing sensation into the legs. So first of all, we're just going to get through it. Remember, it doesn't matter if the heel doesn't lift. Fight for it, fight for it. Communicate that two-way dialogue from body to brain. Hands either side of the knee, fingertips or palms. Take a deep breath in. Round through the back, and we'll pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Release down, draw the arms up high. Exhale, fold. Other side. Lift the leg and breathe in. Round the back, side back. Go 10, 9, 8. Why am I doing like a follow along? This shouldn't be a follow along. Just do 10 each side. This might be 10. This is the last little bit. I'm going to follow along because, yeah. Draw the arms up high. Exhale, fold. The last one, 10 reps down the middle. Fingertips or palms, which I prefer. Either 10 lifts or 10 circles backwards into a hold. I don't know if I held on that one, but you know the drill. 10 pulses, 10-second hold. 10 pulses, 10-count hold. Same thing here. We round, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we hold. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Draw the arms up high. Walk your hands up a ladder. Rock side to side through the seat bones. A little gentle sway left and right. And bask. Drink the juices of that strength as you soften in. Good. So it wasn't 10 count, it was 5 count I did. 10 pulses, 5 count, 10 pulses, 5 count, double, 10 pulses, 5 count. What's next? Candlesticks. Roll back. We want to feel the gooey parts of our body on the floor. So you want to feel quite comfortable rolling from side to side, up and down without going over the knobbly bits. And then the shape that we meet after a little rummage around is a shadow shape upside down. So just on that compression and that flexibility range, so that the weight of the legs help. Hands either resting onto the lower back here or framing either side just in case you're about to fall over. And the drill that we're going to play with here is toe taps. In this sequence, we look to the side, we're tapping, try to base all the way onto the support arm, shoulder through the back of the hand, the shoulder, the head, the foot, and come back again. Look, tap, base, and back. Look, tap, base, and back. Look, tap, base, making sure the bum is facing the sky. More specifically, the bum hole is facing the sky. That's our taps there. Once you feel quite comfortable with those, we're going to actually melt down into a fetal shape. So I look, tap, melt. But stay active with this toe and the shoulder. Stay active there because we're going to retrace. Lift. We've been here before. It shouldn't be different. And back. Look, tap, base, melt, lift, back. The importance here is don't change the foundation. If you melt and let the body move and the legs do this, we lose the connection to come out. So keep it specific here. To be able to lift back. As soon as the foot's there, it doesn't slide, it doesn't move. I come down and lift back up. So our toe taps to melt. It's a good one there. Next. So I'm rushing through this because I'm about to get kicked out of the studio. So we're going to be concise. Usually I waffle on too much. We're going to be concise with our cues and clear. So, what's next? Slide outs. This one can be quite tricky. This one takes a little bit of core. I'm going to throw this one in for you to try. Same thing. Look, tap, but this time, now we slide. The foot slides, the head slides. We come all the way into a prone starfish, and then we try to retrace back. How do we do that? We roll through the back of the hand again. We press through the shoulder, tuck the chin, so we compress into the hips, and then we can lift the bum, and we slide back. So if you've got the container strength to slide out, you should be able to meet it. Coming back. That wasn't a fart, that was my foot. Like so. If you have that down, change from the belly from one shoulder to the other shoulder. Look, base, slide, I switch, and come up again. Other way. Switch the shoulder. I'm trying to roll from here, the base shoulder to the back. And the more I roll to that shoulder and press through the hand, the easier it will be to lift up into the candlestick shadow shape. Another drill to try. Spit outs. Just playing with head intelligence here. Movement here this time. Going to have the legs set like a straddle, but a little bit narrower. About hips width distance, shoulder width distance, somewhat around this range. Because then we're going to look and tap both feet down. Keeping active. Try not to let it plop out to the side. The moment you base, you're there. To come back. Look, base, and back. We're going to thread under into a bridge. If I look, base, the outside leg, or the same leg as the supported shoulder, is going to step under with the arm. To come onto the back. So from the other side, look, base, the same leg. So this isn't the supported shoulder because it's in the sky. This hand, the same leg with the arm, threads underneath onto the back. Hopefully there's a few angles there where you can watch and repeat and give it a go. All right, so now that we've kind of done some of that activation, let's play with the area of contention for a lot of people when they're starting to just try to go through the meat and bones of the movement, really. It is the transition from everywhere around the shoulders and the head and the upper back. So what we can do is utilize a wall to anchor up. To bring our feet onto, like so. We've already done the compression, we've done that work, got into a little bit of this range and this flexion of the spine and the release of the back of the legs. So now here, just let the feet actually rummage onto the wall and just have a little play around here. Feet high, feet low. Let yourself come to the side, come to the other side. Can you do this exploration without falling onto the hips or the feet? So can we see all the possibilities? Even recruit the arms and hands any way you need necessary to help with staying connected to the wall. Let the head be free, knowing that this is the anchor, feet on the wall, to explore. I'm sliding a bit away there. Just want to be as close as you need to. If you need to come down for a breather, and go again. I'm not letting the hands just stay here and keep me fixed. Hands by the side, tucked in, so they can come into play whenever they need to be. And there we're like 90% of most of the movement there. As long as you don't feel very stifled and you've explored all different ways, let's play with it. Next, we have that reference point, feet on the wall. We're going to meet this figure 4 position. The knees are pointing the direction that we're traveling. So I'm leaning my knees to the left, which means I'm traveling along the left shoulder and sliding on the wall to the left, which will be right when you're upside up. But don't think about that, just let the movement speak for itself. So from here, I come onto my side, my shoulder, and I lift. I try to get my foot onto the wall. I'm lifting my hips. So I'm using the wall any way that I need to rest on and try to mirror the other side. I hug in on the support side, shin down. It's usually a lot easier coming down than it is up because gravity sometimes takes the reins of it. The same thing, lie on the side, foot on, nice and close. Find that sweet spot. And all we're doing is really kind of working on the intelligence of traveling from one shoulder to the other. Use your hands on the wall if you need to help as well. We're trying to get the hips nice and high. The higher you bring your hips, the easier it's going to be as you look up the wall. So next what you're going to try is do it without the feet on the wall and just feet scraping just away from the wall as a little bit of kind of a marker. Hands can help any way that they need to come in and out. Try not to rest the hands too much onto the hips or anything because you might block yourself from the movement. You want to be supported to the floor. Like so. And the more familiar that gets, tracing the wall up, maybe supporting, just to feel that transition, toes down. I come in, then we can come a bit further away from the wall and see if we can keep the feet lower and lower and lower. And then usually the legs actually help, the legs help keep us in the shape, the weight of the legs. So we just got to go through the motions. Can we start to let the feet go nice and low across the floor? Like so. If that feels okay, variation. Legs in a straddle. And a variation we can play with the arms is sometimes it can be quite hard to come down. So it's fine. But just the different detail of the arms, we can take the leading arm, the way that we're traveling, take it down behind the back so the shoulder can come down to the floor. But the same thing. Like so. The arm sweeps behind. I can reach through the opposite arm to help lift. Still using the wall as reference. Boom. So that's how we can use the wall. Let's get back to the floor space. So now that we've got comfortable with the movements on the wall, should be quite free to do it in space here. Whether feet are low, whether they're high, your choice. Whether we start in leg straddle, can sweep the arm behind, base, lift. Experiment with it. One more entry and exit that we can try. Shout out to Vincent Viz for this one. It's from a kneeling lunge position. From that knee down, it's the side that's close to the floor, so it's going to be the same shoulder. The opposite leg extended back. And I'm trying to travel along this almost like you're walking the plank. So trying to travel along this same line here. The arm comes behind, and we make the same shape. We tuck the chin, we find the wall, so to speak, and then we place the knee down, and we walk the plank to the other side. What's the arm doing? This arm, from the same knee, pressing out to the side. Trying your best to walk the plank. I've got slats of wood here that I can kind of use. After you get used to it, you can break the rules, but just for clarity in the form. Try and stay on that line. Oh, I've lost it, I think, but we're good, pretty much there. So that's from the lunge position. What can we do with that? Another detail, we can be standing up and slowly meet the lunge. So from here, the base, I come down, the hands can support, or the opposite hand to the knee can support. 4. And already we start to bridge some gaps into some movements. Like a tripod base, the opposite hand to the front leg comes down. So then we can find the knee, back of the shoulder, back up to standing again. Hopefully that makes sense. All the variations there we've got from figure 4, we've got from straddle. We can do the thread to bridge. We can do the slide onto the belly into the prone star. We can do it from lunge to kneeling. Let's piece it all together in a little sequence with a baby soft acrobatic. How much time are we on? 3 minutes. With a baby soft acrobatics, we're going to do Hole. Covered this in a few videos. Baby cartwheel. And you can actually do what you want. In this video, I choose a baby cartwheel. It feels nice. Hand, reach, feet nice and close as I lift the hips and land. Hand, reach, lift, land. Hand, reach, lift, land. That's going to be the first movement. Let's let it take us into a sequence. First, we go. Hole. Keep the same momentum down into figure 4. Figure 4 turns into shoulder roll. Slide out. We'll slide out of the shape. Hopefully I'm still in frame. We'll switch the shoulder. Pull ourselves back up. Complete the shoulder roll again. Then we do our thread under. And we're going to thread and do 1, 2, 3. On the third one, we extend the leg, rainbow up to the sky, and use that momentum to come up into a seat. So as it sweeps us up, we're going to come up into our straddle. From our straddle, behind the back, lift again to a kneeling into the shape. So that's going to be the sequence. I kind of spoke and went through it. I'll repeat it a couple of times for you to start and stop, chop and screw a little bit. So, the full sequence. I'll go nice and slow. Hole. Use the momentum. Keep winding. Figure 4. We're going to do our full shoulder roll to belly, slide out. Switch shoulders. We lift back up. Switch shoulders. Find our whoop, whoop, 3, extend, rainbow, straddle, keep the momentum, keep the direction, arm behind the back. We lift to kneeling, like so. Other side, less talking now, more flow for the example. That's the sequence there. And that is time. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like it. If you really, really enjoyed it, subscribe. If you really, really, really enjoyed it, buy a boy a coffee as an extended form of gratitude. Would be lovely. Other than that, leave a comment. Anything you found useful. Anything that has worked for you that I haven't mentioned. That'd be great to have that dialogue in these videos as well. Love, 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 guys. Peace.